Hi everyone, welcome to Investing with Values. Today we're looking at Humacyte, and yeah, things are moving with the stock, but not how you want it. That Form 83, boy oh boy, that's just causing a lot of havoc. So the stock was doing so well off this Wall Street Journal article, talking about the company. People kind of had these really good vibes about the company. Stock was going really well to $6.30, and out of nowhere, FDA releases a Form 483 that dates back to April, which is quite a long time considering we're in October right now. All of a sudden, stock price drops from $6.30 all the way to a low point of $4.50, just before recovering to just around about, I think, $4.80 if I'm correct. That's what I just remember seeing. It was below $5 anyway for the closing, but after that it proceeded to open above $5 the day after, and that was the last trading day, and it just closed at $5.03. But the after hours kind of shows you that there's a bit of interest. There's kind of a tussle between the sellers and the buyers at the moment, between people that still feel a little bit jittery around this because they're like, oh, is this all the bad news or is there more? And there's some people that are thinking, oh, it's from April, things are sorted by now. That's a good 6 months in between this. So the biggest question is, what's the truth? Because there's a lot of interpretations around this event, that we're all kind of forgetting about the approval kind of thing with the FDA, and we're all focused on this. So this is the release that TipRanks kind of released, which is what caused all the commotion. And if you want to see that form, it's a lot of this is the FDA form that was released. So it's mainly just talking about the training crew, not being current with their training program, not having a complete record of the role-based training, and the maintenance of the air handling unit. There was no documentation for the approval, even though it was approved. So you can see the stuff that was kind of involved. It's not entirely that big of a deal. In terms of FDA, they want everything to be perfect, and it's a big deal to them. But in terms of the scheme of things, these are things that can be fixed, and it's not to do with their main products or the trial data or stuff like that. It's just stuff around the company that has to be fixed. So once that came out, havoc just came through the share price, and it dropped like a rock. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, the stock price was doing so well, and all of a sudden it's down 20%, and I could not explain it. I just had to quickly search online, and wow, when I saw it, I was like, oh no, did these guys cause, did the FDA come and disapprove them or something? But when I read the announcement, I thought, okay, these don't sound like really big issues. These can be fixed quite easily. So I don't think it's a major problem. And then TD Cowen, which is an analyst that analyzes the stock, they didn't think it was a problem. As I say here, the firm assumes the company resolved the minor items months ago. So even for them, these guys are professionals in what they do, in a sense, for analyzing this stuff. So they're very familiar with FDA 483 forms, and they didn't think it was a major issue. And as they say, TD does not believe these observations remain outstanding and are not a root cause of the delay in the BLA approval decision. The analyst tells investors TD Cowen keeps a buy rating and $10 price target on Humacyte shares. So you've got this analyst that's come out that they keep their $10 target. They're pretty happy with the company. They don't think these things is what's causing the delay. But of course, they say they haven't had communications with the company, so we don't know. The company itself would have seen the drop in the share price, and they have not seen anything, so I don't think they see that form as being an issue, or else they would have to say something. So if we go back to their quarterly release in May, back then they said that the FDA had just done a pre-licensing inspection of the facility, and they did not cite any problems. They just said we remain on track with our BLA review and commercial launch. So, I don't think it was a problem. So, they didn't mention any of these things here. They continued to be on track. And then in August, when they were informed that there would be a delay, they said that FDA has conducted inspections of our manufacturing facilities and clinical sites and have actively engaged with us on multiple discussions regarding our BLA filing, including post-marketing and label discussions. Based on these interactions, we're confident in the approvability of the ATEV in treating vascular trauma. As they say here, the FDA leadership expressed an apology for the inability to complete the review by the PDUFA date, and currently we do not have a yet a revised action date. So, if it was their problem, I don't think the FDA would apologize about it, if you know what I mean. So I think things are okay. I think they have either fixed those problems, or those problems, wouldn't be hard to fix, and they should have at least done something about it by now. If FDA thought it was a problem, they would have just said, oh, these are the problems, we still want them fixed, and then we'll give you another date when we fixed them. But no, they apologized. It doesn't seem like, FDA would apologize if it's their problem. So, or it could be the fact that the company fixed those issues, and the FDA is just so slow in getting to the paperwork to get things done and get the ball rolling. But again, it's been over 2 months since this happened, since the delay. So I don't think it is the issues that are cited in this Form 483, as much as it causes a little commotion. I think inspections always have these kind of things. If you've been through any inspection with any government department, they're very picky in how they look at stuff, and then when they cite it, they write it in a way that sounds much more worse than it is. But again, it's not. Usually these things are relatively quick fixes, and I think this was a quick fix. It was noted there was other inspections after this. There was an inspection in June. Of course, sometimes that inspection could be about other things in the facility, and there was no Form 483 flagged in that kind of inspection. So if it was a similar inspection and it didn't flag it, then these things would have been fixed before June. If the inspection was about something else and these were still existing, then that's possible as well. Until the companies say something, there's not really much we can go on, but I think it looks like these things were fixed. It doesn't seem like these things were too hard to fix. They could have fixed them in months. And they've had half a year. If they couldn't fix these things in half a year, you'd be worried about the company, of course. So, if we time the dates, then something's possibly, maybe they knew this form was coming out on a company side and they decided to raise money before this happened, or maybe Tip Ranks knew this was coming out and got Wall Street Journal to release a really good article to boost the stock and then sell it down. Who knows? We can go through a lot of conspiracy theories about the company or about Wall Street itself in terms of trying to make money on the stock. But I don't think overall like these are big issues. I think it was just a big overreaction from investors who kind of are getting really nervous about this kind of waiting, because the stock's kind of in limbo, and anything that comes out, whether positive or negative, is going to move these investors in one way or another, because a lot of people are kind of just on the edge of this stock. They don't know if things are going to be good or bad entirely, because we're kind of left in the dark, so we don't know. But based on what's out there, based on what an analyst says, what the company's been saying, it doesn't sound like those problems were too big of an issue. I think they're already fixed. It does sound like an FDA issue around their workload, so we'll see if that is the case. But yeah, I think that's all we have to go on anyway. So let me know what your thoughts are. If you've got any comments or questions, post below. Until then, good luck investing, everyone.